Yo, people, what's going on, everybody? We're back again with another video on the predictions for today's predictions. And you know what? We got a big weekend. We got Cristiano Ronaldo making his debut, his return to Manchester United. We got Lukaku making his home debut. Am I mistaken? It is his home debut. Am I wrong, guys? But yeah, you got Lukaku making his home debut. You got Southampton coming to Chelsea. You got Liverpool and Leeds have an interesting game with no Brazilians. The Brazilians have not been allowed to play for some reason, or something's going on where Brazilians are not allowed to play. We'll talk about all this plus more on today's show. Let's get the show started. You guys already know what it is. Kitty G on EGTV, and this is the predictions. So yeah, guys, how's everybody doing today?
Good, man.
Good. Ready to get this show started.
There you go. And today I got all the predictions for the guys who are missing also. So I got Alan's predictions, I got Nick's predictions, I got myself and Mo's. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of their predictions. But the way we do this, guys, is we put the list of games on the table and we talk about the game, we do our predictions, and we just try to talk around what's going on around the teams. But the games that are not as interesting or as big or don't have as much drama around it, we kind of just skate by and just give our predictions, okay? So yeah. So today we got substitutes for Alan, Neeks, and Mo. We got Prime substituting as a Chelsea fan. We got Euro Expert substituting as a Man United and Spurs neutral. And then we got my guy Dawood as another Arsenal fan, because you know what? This is an Arsenal channel, so we might as well have more Arsenal fans in the place, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got the regulars, Patrick, coming back after his 1 week sabbatical. And Hussam, Mr. Consistent, never missed a show yet. There you go. And then, so yeah, let's get this show started. The way we're going to start is we look back at last week and who actually did well, how far everyone got, what's the score, and what's the score looking like right now currently. The current scoreboard is, you know what? The current scoreboard is, I'll put it up on the table right now. 1 second, so everyone can see. The current scoreboard is Hussam's in first again. Hussam's been consistently in first place, doing what he's doing, making sure no one takes that number one spot away from him. Where other people, they've been inconsistent, to say the least. They've been jumping up and down, just like myself. I've been terrible. I can't lie. I've been absolutely terrible. I haven't been able to string together as many points as I got in the first week. But since then, Hussam's been consistent. Patrick's been up there. Neeks and Alan didn't even have a week one, and they still surpassed me. It makes no sense.
Oh, very good.
So look at that. 2 points behind.
There you go. So 2 points behind is Patrick. Then Neeks and Mo with 17, Alan with 15, and me with 13. So what we're going to be doing, since our guests are not going to be on regularly every single week, we're going to have a mini poll between you three. So the winner, we're going to see who gets the most right between you three, and I'll tweet it out once the week's done. So if Alan, if Euro Expert, Prime, and Dawood, if you guys could put your predictions in the chat. I've sent you each a list of the games, so just put your predictions in the chat so we know. And Hussam and Patrick, I have your predictions already. It's in the other group.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So you don't need to put it in there. So we already know what's going on. But yeah, big up to everybody watching. We got the people already in the chat saying their things. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. If you don't get more likes on the video, no one can actually get to see the video. We need your interactions to drive the channel up, to get more views, and to help you to make better content. So don't forget to do that. But Hussam, how's your international break?
Absolute shit, man. I just can't wait for every time it's international break. I just can't wait for the international break to be done with. It's just the most pointless 2 weeks of football you can ever get. Like, no one's trying to sit on a Wednesday night and watch England versus Andorra. Like, no one's trying to watch that shit. So I can't wait. Listen, club football, no matter what happens, like, I can watch Zenit versus Sheriff Tiraspol in the Champions League, but I'm not about to watch any international games. So, I'm happy club football is back and Champions League is back. So, obviously not all club or not all club fans here are involved in the Champions League, but we move.
There you go. Patrick, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. After 1 week away from YouTube, I'm doing good, man. I'm back, and I think this time I'm just permanently here. Obviously to do a few features and with people like yourselves and a few other people. But I'm good. But I'm with Hussam, man. It was annoying. I didn't watch any of them. I watched England yesterday and slept and woke up and found it a draw. So look, there's nothing exciting in international games anymore. Maybe the World Cup. will give us something. Maybe, you never know.
There you go. What about yourself, Prime? How you doing?
I've been good. I'm one of the few people who actually enjoys the international break, so it's been good watching, Germany, France, and England play. But I'm looking forward to club football being back, Chelsea kicking on. So.
Yeah, bro, you froze there for a second, but it's okay. And then we got Daoud. Daoud, what do you say, man? After Arsenal got slapped and you lost a bet where you thought Man City were going to win 3-0, you must have had a terrible week last week.
Wait, repeat that. What did he say?
Yeah, he said Arsenal were going to beat Man City 3-0.
Yeah. So forget about that prediction. That's the past. We won't talk about the past anymore.
Did you mean that? Did you mean that when you said 3-0, or is that an error?
Yeah, I actually believed it as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually enjoyed the international break because after that loss, I couldn't take watching any more Arsenal games. I was completely done with the club. I had to be by myself for 2 days away from Arsenal, and then actually enjoying watching England scoring goals. But seeing Harry Kane score kind of made me a bit, But yeah, we go.
Okay. And then Euro expert, how you doing, bro? I seen your tweet completely blew up yesterday, talking about the midfielders around the Premier League. But how you been, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I've just been. I spend the international break to kind of do those things. Look at club football around Europe because the international football is so boring that I don't want to watch it. And I've actually just been spending my time scouting Zenit to preview for a couple of Chelsea channels. So yeah, I've spent the time as nichely as possible.
Interesting. Spending time looking at Zenit, you said. Wow.
Yeah. Interesting team.
That's different. That's definitely different. But guys, was there anything that we need to maybe speak about that happened last week before we move on to this week's predictions? Because I can't think of anything that actually happened that was interesting.
Lukaku getting pocketed. I think that's the only thing that maybe if you want to talk about, that's the only thing.
Okay, let's talk about the Liverpool-Chelsea game and the controversy and Chelsea players getting fined for the way that they acted.
They deserve it. Bro, like it was, look, if you have a problem, you have a problem against the rules. You don't have a problem against what happened, because what happened 100% is normal, 100% is correct. Reece James was literally on the line and moved his hand towards the ball. So I don't see, like, by the way, 90% of Chelsea fans have literally had no problem with the decision. Like, they've actually said it's the right decision. Like, the problem of all Premier League fans is we want consistency from referees, which is non-existent because obviously the Premier League has the worst referees in the world. So, that's the unfortunate situation. But as a decision, it was the correct one, 100%. Lukaku and the Van Dijk situation, Van Dijk won 100% of his aerial duels and his ground duels, so that's sorted. But besides that, I think this was probably a better result for Chelsea than us. And this is why I have Chelsea as favourites for the league. I think it's obviously a point at Anfield. I take a point at Stamford Bridge if offered it now. So it's a good result for them. The fact we did not score in the second half was embarrassing. I did say it. And, it'll be the same reason we won't eventually win the league. And that's the lack of squad depth and options on the bench that can impact and change the game. But, yeah, that's about it on the Chelsea game.
What about you, Prime? As a Chelsea fan, what do you think about that game?
Yeah, the red card incident, it was... When I initially saw it, I understood the red card and I agree with it. I think it's just a thing of, like what Hussam said, consistency. There are some people telling me that apparently the rules have slightly changed from last season or something like that. So, whatever. If the decision is going to be a red, then it has to be consistent like that for the rest of the season. If the same incident happens tomorrow or Saturday, then the same red card has to be given. In terms of the full game itself, I think Chelsea played perfectly, and Liverpool spent games with 10 men. I think that's quite, from a team that's supposed to be the best 11 in the league or have a world-class manager, I think it's embarrassing that they couldn't beat us with 10 men.
Wow.
Because up until this game, like Igal, and people know, I didn't trust a lot of our defenders. Up until this game, I didn't trust Christensen. I didn't trust Rudiger. I thought they were shaky. Mendy, I might have a few question marks on. They should have been able to find a way to beat us, and they didn't. Salah, he scored the penalty, but didn't have a chance. Mane went missing the whole game. Shota only had one header. Firmino, he kept dropping deep, but didn't really affect things. And Chelsea only had, in the second half, I think, one chance on the counter-attack. Lukaku played in Kovacic, who is one player on the pitch you don't want in a goal-scoring opportunity because he's not going to score. I think our final ball, and it's an issue that when people complain that Chelsea don't score goals, it's not that. It's the fact of our final ball is not consistently great all of the time, and a lot of it is due to Mason Mount playing in that final third. Because if
wait.
Ooh.
What is it about Mason Mount?
I love Mason Mount, and in big games he's brilliant. He'll do a job, man mark Modric or whatever. But in terms of the final third, because he's not an attacker, he's not actually number 10. He's not an inside forward or anything.
I think we're getting too deep into it. I just kind of wanted to touch on it. But like,
again, the draw. I'm happy with the draw. I predicted it going in that I'll take that result. It's fine. We move on.
Okay, enough said. Man United won their game. Who would have seen that coming? Obviously,
No one cares.
So we keep it moving. When it comes to Spurs won their game. They're top of the league. No one really cares, right? Any Spurs fans here? No? Okay.
Can I just quickly dip into that United win? I trying to say something.
Go ahead.
You guys watched that United game, I don't know how Wolves didn't score that game. I think if United play like that the whole season, I don't think they're going to win the league at all because they're literally hanging on. Yeah, they're hanging on off the line 2 times, and United scraped a 1-0 win. I think against Wolves, who haven't won a game yet this season, if they're playing like that every game, I don't think they're going to win the league.
In fairness to Wolves, I was going to say, I think I read somewhere they've been averaging 20 shots per 90 so far. It's like the most in the league. Apparently, they're really fun to watch.
Yeah, especially with their new manager.
Who here would say to themselves on a Saturday, I'm going to sit down and watch Wolves?
I might now. I would never have said it before, but I might now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's you, man. All I know is Hussam said it last time. When thing starts oiling his shoulders, certain people are in trouble. But look, let's get this back to the final portion. City versus Arsenal. What the fuck happened? Because I watched that game, guys, and I'm like, City are not that good. We played terrible. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We were terrible. City did not have to do anything. You guys literally just walked in. We didn't do nothing. Patrick, you can't say you had an amazing game. You won 5-0 and it was effortless.
You know what? Let me say this. This might hurt you, but it's the truth. City play according to the level of the team they're playing. They were too relaxed with you. If I think City wanted to be ruthless like they used to be a bit in 2017, I think Arteta could have been out of the door. I think they played. It's no offense. City play to what sort of opposition they have. If you've noticed that, for you guys, I think they sort of say, you know what, we're going to score eventually. And if you have somebody like Gundogan who's 5 foot, winning a header against a defender who's 6 foot, I don't know a guy, man. I sat there, I stopped jumping for goals. I just sat there, went to make tea and just be peeping from the kitchen that what's happening, knowing that you man are going to get slapped. And somebody told me this. Can you put a card or can you put money on Xhaka getting the red? I was like, why is he gonna get a red? He's like, just trust me, Xhaka is gonna get a red. Some guy from America. I put money and won a 50.
The thing is with that game, right? I feel like Arsenal could have got something out of it even after the red. The thing that really confused me, I'd be interested to hear from Daoud and Igor here in terms of, I think it was the third City goal, right? Where they started from their own box and Arsenal were pressing pretty hard. And it was like, you're down to 10 men. Why are you pressing City's defense? Like, of course they're gonna play through you. That wasn't down to individual quality. I was just like, you could be 14, 15 Barcelona. If you're pressing that high with 10 men, they're going to cut through you and score. That was the thing that really baffled me.
Yeah, that's the problem with Arteta. I think his man management during the game, he just lets the game go by without him actually changing up the tactics. Or because against Chelsea, we're all saying play a back 5, match them tactically, and then he doesn't play a back 5, plays a back 4 against Chelsea, and then against Man City, I think he should have played a back 4 with 3 midfielders, and then he ended up playing Odegaard as a centre mid next to Xhaka, where he had Lokonga on the bench, he had El Neni on the bench, and I was wondering why he was playing Odegaard and Smith Rowe close to Xhaka, and Xhaka was basically exposed by himself. And yeah, that's the problem. I think that's the problem with Arteta. I don't think he's the right man, and his tactics are all over the shop.
Let me say this, guys. I did pick Arsenal to lose. And before you guys go crazy and say anything, this is what I said for my prediction. And I actually basically trolled myself on TikTok for no reason. So I think we're gonna lose by 1. Arsenal versus Man City preview. I got 5 on it. I'm joking. We're not gonna...
Did you just jinx yourself?
I said I got 5 on it, and then I literally said we're not gonna lose by 5-0. I said we're gonna lose by 1-0. 1-0. That's what I'm gonna go.
Wow.
Arsenal versus Man City preview. I can't believe I even said 5-0 for a second, and then I said I got 5 on it. I'm joking. We're not gonna lose by 5. I think we're gonna literally lose by 1-0. For the next 48 hours, I was just getting roasted on TikTok. You lost by 5. It could have been 7. It could have been 8. During the game, there's people tweeting, haha, it's 4 now. 1 more.
Can I ask something? Can I ask something to the Arsenal fans, like being serious here? Don't you think, you know that some teams, right, they say that when things are going bad, the guys on the pitch will take responsibility and say, dude, let's stop pressing. They'll tell each other, guys, let's stop pressing. We're down to 10 men. Let's stop pressing. How come none of the players seem to take responsibility? And did you see the press, by the way? They were walking. They were walking towards Edison at the point where Edison went inside the pitch to the midfield and stood there, and they did nothing. They just stood there and just watched him. I don't know if you've seen that clip. So can't you not also blame that these players maybe are not playing for your man? They're not playing for him. Like, did you see that clip, Igao and Dowd, where they were, instead of with the pressing was walking, Aubameyang stops, and then Edison goes into midfield. Nobody gives him pressure, and even Edison was going like this with his hands. He tried twice to give you guys a goal. Twice he tried to give you guys a goal.
Why are you doing this right now?
I'm not
You're actually dressing it up as a real question when you're just trolling for the past 2 minutes. Like, you know exactly. You didn't have to mention the fact that Ederson was walking to their midfield. You don't have to do that to them, but you did that, and you're laughing right now. You know exactly what you're doing.
I am trying to ask
like you're actually asking a question. You're not asking a question. You are trolling Arsenal Football Club. You can tell because you're laughing right now. So allow it.
Okay. Let's just stop right there, guys. Do me a favor, smash that like button. We got on the chat right now. Smash that like button, and as we're going, give us your predictions in the chat. I'll put them up on the screen. So first game, what is the first game, guys? It is Tottenham Hotspur versus Crystal Palace, but Crystal Palace is the home team. So I went with a Tottenham win. Unfortunately, I think Tottenham are going to win. I think Tottenham are going to do well this game, and they're going to beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Then you had Alan, who went with a 1-1 draw. He actually went for Tottenham to draw this game. As
Typical
a Tottenham,
Typical.
he knows that they're going to bottle it, and they have a lot of players missing. Neeks went with a 1-0, and Mojo went with a 2-1. So as you guys can see, everyone there has gone for a Tottenham win, except for the only Tottenham fan on the panel. But yeah, Hussam, who'd you go with?
I think 1-0 FC continues. Spurs will win by 1-0 for the 4th game straight. I've gotten 3 points for the last 3 weeks. I'm just going to make that same bet again. So I'm going for Spurs 1, Crystal Palace 0. I think, you know, the Crystal Palace against Brentford, I watched it, and Crystal Palace did not look like scoring at all, and that's why that game ended 0-0. So I think Spurs just, you know, scam 1 goal, shithouse it. Spurs will be top of the league with 12 points, 4 goals, and 4 clean sheets. So, you know, Arsenal fans, get ready for more and more banter.
Dawood, should I make you go last? Because I think you're going to have something different to say than everybody else.
Yeah, my prediction for that Spurs game, I put 3-0 Spurs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I think now Kane's back. I watched Kane for England the other day. He's on fire. I think he still has to be the best striker in the Premier League. And Crystal Palace, I watched them the past 2 games. They're awful. I think Vieira will be probably the first manager to get sacked because the tactics that he's playing, it doesn't suit their players. So I think they get exposed. I think Son will score 2 goals, and I think Harry Kane will score a classic penalty.
Son is not playing, by the way, just so you guys know. Son is not playing due to injury. Patrick, what do you...
No.
He's in my fantasy team. Oh, shit. I don't know, man. I'm using my phone, so I can't check the score from my phone. I think if I close it, it closes the app. So
No,
I think
it's okay. You want me to check if Son's playing?
no, yeah, no, that's okay. That's for the fantasy league. I think my was mine 2-0. Was mine 2-0 for Spurs? Do you have mine
Patrick,
there?
you mean you want to get your own
I can check
prediction?
it, Patrick. It's 2-0. I'll put it in the chat for you. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Brand, yeah, just put them in the chat. Yeah,
You had 2-0 for Spurs, Patrick.
yeah. I look. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a way Spurs to lose this game. I hope Christopher is finding the miracle. I don't want them at the top. Spurs fans start talking, even though they know they're gonna borrow it. So look, 2-0. I think Son and Kane. If Son and Kane play, even Kane, I think it's too much for this Spurs team. And I think Mr. Patrick Vieira, who's trying to play tiki-taka football while he doesn't have the players, it's not going to work out for him. So I say 2-0.
I think he's he made a mistake going to Crystal Palace because he's too good for Crystal Palace as a manager.
You think so?
I kind of disagree with all the Vieira sort of thing. I think he's actually started okay. He's got 2 points from 3 games, which is not great, but against Chelsea they were wiped away and he didn't play. That was a terrible performance. Against Brentford, I actually thought they were fine. Like they didn't really consider any big chances, didn't create any big chances. And against West Ham, they were much better. And also, you've got to think they've brought in Will Hughes, is a guy last time he was in the Premier League and completed the 12th most tackles interceptions, so he'll be a defensive addition. They brought in Alton Edouard, who's specialising in link-up play, which is what Vieira really wants. I mean, I'll say my prediction now. I think Tottenham will win 2-1 purely because, and Palace have lost 9 of the last 13 encounters with Spurs. But still, I think Palace have. I think they've got hope, but it's still 2-1 Spurs.
And last one, just before we go to the Arsenal game, because I want to get into that quickly. What are you saying? What's your score?
2-2 draw. I think Spurs in their opening 3 games, yes, they've won, but you can also say they've been lucky at times. I think Man City had a chance before Spurs went 1-0. They scored that. It's a different game. Wolves had a plethora of chances against them that they should have taken as well. I think Spurs' defense is not the best. Dyer's not that great of a centre back. Neither is Sanchez. And I just think they won't be able to. If Spurs get a lead, they just won't be able to keep on to it. But I also don't rate what's his name, Vieira, because when you look at what he's done at his previous clubs, it hasn't necessarily been the best. I think him coming to Palace, who need a rebuild now from Roy Hodgson, is not necessarily a good thing. It might be a poison chalice for him. But yeah, it's 2-2 draw this game.
Okay, just to get this out of the way, the Arsenal game, guys, put your predictions in the chat right now for the Arsenal Norwich game. We'll be going through it in a second. I'm just going to read out some of the predictions from the other guys. Neeks went with the Arsenal win, 2-1. Mojo went with the Arsenal win, 3-1. Alan, the Spurs fan, went with the Arsenal win, 3-0. So they've been very kind to us. Now I'm gonna go to what do you call it? Prime. I know you don't like Arsenal, but you even have to give us a win against Norwich, don't you?
No, 1-1 draw.
Wow.
Okay.
I see a score draw. So 1-1 or 2, 1-1 or 2-2. I see a score draw in this game.
Okay,
Yeah,
Patrick.
that's a fair one.
Surely, Patrick, you've seen us play against you guys, so you're gonna think we're shit, and we're gonna think we're gonna get slapped by Norwich. Am I wrong?
I think Pookie is going to fist on that defense. I went for. No, I'm serious. I'm not trolling. I'm serious. Look, Norwich are not mugs. Don't look at them because they've lost their games. They're not mugs. You guys are going to have a game on your hand. This is the second last versus the last one. I think Norwich are going to win 2-1. I think they're going to beat you 2-1.
Wow.
Definitely 2-1.
You're an expert. Surely you're not Arsenal to lose also.
I already picked this already. So
you've got confidence for Arsenal coming from it. I think Norwich have got Fulhamitis. It's the disease where you've got in a whole new squad of players, and they don't gel straight away. So you get hammered for the first month of the season, and you end up getting relegated. I think that's what Fulham had last season and in 18-19. I think Villa, to an extent, are going to have it for a bit. So that's why I don't think Norwich are going to offer a threat. I've got Arsenal to win 2-0.
Thank you. This is why I brought 2 Arsenal fans on today, so I have more backing. Husam, what are you saying? You backing us. Husam's backed us every week so far. Tell me you're backing us today at least.
Listen, I predicted Brentford will win, and they beat you guys. And then I went like, look, Arsenal might do something against Chelsea, and they let me down. And then I went like, look, Arsenal might surprise City, and they let me down. Now, honestly speaking, I actually have a typo in my predictions, because my predictions that I wrote down says Arsenal 2-1 Norwich, but my real prediction is 2-2. I think Norwich get
So
out
do you
of
want
that
me to
game with a
change it?
draw.
You want me to change
Yes,
it?
yes, that's a typo, because I wanted to put 2-2 in and not actually 2-1, because I honestly think this game will end in a draw, because I just see Norwich scoring, and Norwich are not an easy game to play. Even for us, we found it difficult for the first half an hour, and we're like 100 levels above you. So I think with the Arsenal situation, this is gonna end in a draw. I think both defenses are absolute shit, so both will concede. But I think this one goes 2-2. I think 2-2, high scoring game, 4 goals in the game. Arteta possibly sacked after a draw against Norwich
Nah,
at home.
he won't get sacked now.
Okay, Dawood, you're an Arsenal fan. Come on, chest pump. Sit up. Let's see you. Here, what are you saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you guys don't like Arsenal, but having us lose against Norwich, I think that's agenda against Arsenal now. We've got Ben White back, we've got Gabriel back, we've got Thomas Partey back, we've got Takimo that's transferred to Arsenal right back. Fully fit squad. Odegaard had minutes at international break. Smith Rowe on the left, Pepe on the right, and Aubameyang up front. This is easy 4-0 win. This is the easiest win, I think, coming up. 4-0, Toma Igal. I've got Aubameyang scoring 2 goals and Lacazette coming off the bench to score 2 goals.
Here's the thing.
4-0.
No, hold on.
Arsenal Football Club 4 and clean sheet.
2021.
Before you guys rip apart, I will say, I mean, I don't know if it'll be 4-0, but I do think Arsenal start getting better clean sheets. Tommy Asu is a good signing, you know. He can play across that back line. I think that's one of the better moves of the window. So I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I think
let me explain something to you. I've spoken to you. I really respect the stuff you do. You're an expert. You already know. But let's not do this right now. This man just said 4-0. Liverpool beat them by
I've got
3.
no words on that.
You cannot say Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet and score 4 goals, bro.
No, I'm not saying 4. I'm not saying 4. Don't put me into that box. I didn't say 4, man. Keep me clear.
Fair enough.
I have 4 goals in my game also. But for mine, it's 1 goal for Norwich, 3 goals for Arsenal. Now, here's my logic. Norwich are a team that when they open up, they're going to let us all get opportunities. And Arsenal is a team that creates overloads and gets cutbacks. These guys are going off camera because they don't want to get clipped. I'm telling you, we're going to win this game 3-1. We're going to concede 1 goal, but we're going to slap 3 goals past them. And at least you're going to see either a brace from Aubameyang or a brace from Pepe, in my opinion. I don't think Lacazette's going to score a brace. That's kind of very ambitious.
Can I go? Your name's Dawood? David? Yeah, sorry. What players did you say are coming back?
We've got Thomas Partey back. We've got Ben White. We've got Gabriel. We've got Tomiyasu right back. That's 4 players out of the starting 11.
Tomiyasu, I'm assuming you've never seen him play.
No.
You see, okay, you've never seen him play, so you don't know how good he is. Thomas Partey, he was a flop last season. Gabriel is an average centre back. Pukki can spin him.
No, you think top 4 is on the table.
Ben White is the only one that I rate, but you can't think just because all these players come in, is it going to make that much of a difference that you beat Norwich?
Do you know Norwich are second bottom as well? They've got minus, I think, 9 points to 8 points as well.
They're better than you then. They've at least scored.
No, I know, but...
One second. Did you say we're going to get top 4 this year?
Me?
No, Dawood.
Before I thought we were going to sign Locatelli and Ben White, and then like, in July I was saying, yeah. In July. Not now.
In fairness, I'll go back up though because he's getting roasted there. I was just checking out. Norwich haven't won. They've only won 1 game against Arsenal since 1992. And I'll back up Tomiyasu because he is a good signing. He can play anywhere across that back line. In fact, he's there's a stat on FootBref where it measures how both-footed a player is, and generally most players like 80 to 90% right or left footed. Tomiyasu is like 67%, which shows basically he's comfortable on each foot, and he's been quite well rated out in Italy. He's not very good attacking wise, but he's a good defender. So I'm backing down.
If the guy truly was good to that high level, he'd be playing at a bigger club. That's for 1. 2.
He's 22.
I know, but even the age thing is not necessarily.
Yeah, but you can't fill up every transfer.
And 2, Arteta has this.
Stop. I'm pointing at you guys. Everybody watching, do me a favor. Smash that like button. It's absolutely free. We have over 112 people in the chat, and you guys are being freeloaders. Let's not do that. It's free. Just take it. Anyways, continue.
Arteta has this thing where
I prefer
any big record, and Arsenal have a team hasn't beaten them in 20 years or 30 games.
I would prefer.
It wouldn't surprise me if Norwich get something.
I would prefer to keep the Arsenal Norwich preview on another day. This is just a prediction. So let's not go too deep into it. Now we have the Leicester City and Man City game coming up, so we're gonna breathe through the Brighton Brentford game. I'm just gonna mention some of the picks that we've made. So you have 1-1 for Mojo and Neeks, and for me, I've also gone for a 1-1. So I've gone. You have 3 1-1 draws. Anybody else? Hussam, you've gone for a 1-1 draw also, correct?
Yes, I have.
I'm gonna tell the people why you went for a 1-1 draw.
This just has 1-1 written all over it. Brighton are going to have 17 XG and score 1 goal. And Brentford are just going to shithouse 1 goal from a throw-in. And it's going to end 1-1. There is no genius behind it. That's just what I expect to happen.
Okay, there you go. Anybody have a 2-0? Because Alan went with 2-0.
No.
Well, you mean Brentford?
2-0 Brighton.
Oh, no. I have a 1-0 Brentford.
Okay,
I
go
have
ahead.
1-1.
Because I don't know why people fawn over Graham Potter and this XG thing when they were in a relegation battle. They can't score, or they don't tend to score a high volume of goals. I think they'll struggle in this game. Brentford, from just the 3 games I've seen them of this season, seem to be well organised and well drilled. A 1-0 win does not surprise me. Brentford will get.
Oh, he froze.
Brighton will get all these chances. People will come out on Twitter and say they won the XG battle. It's stupid.
Okay. Patrick, what was yours?
2-1 Brighton. Brighton no. 2 Brentford 1.
There you go. We got a 4-2 Brentford. What the hell is going on there? I don't think Brentford's going to score 4 goals.
But it's a masterclass.
Yeah. Euro expert. What are you saying?
I've got a very boring 0-0, as safe as possible. And I think these teams will kind of cancel each other out. So 0-0.
I would like that because I have a lot of their defenders and goalkeepers in my fantasy team, so it makes sense. And Dawood, you look like you're praying.
No.
Dude, what's going on?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was gonna say I had a 1-1 Brighton and Brentford. I've got Ivan Toney scoring. I think he's a really good goal poacher, and I've got Neil Maupay scoring as well.
Okay, so now let's talk about one of the biggest upsets that could happen this weekend. After they've just slapped Arsenal 5-0, they could go to Norwich without their goalkeeper, and also their second goalkeeper currently has COVID, so they will go into that game with Scott Carson as the Manchester City goalkeeper. The third goalkeeper will be starting this game. Also, they have no Brazilian, so Jesus won't be starting. Fernan Torres will be leading the line, and I have him in my fantasy team. So I expect this game to have goals. I expect this game to be dramatic. I expect this game to be entertaining. I think it's going to be a 2-1. So does Mojo. Alan and Neeks went with 3-1 City. So everybody here, from my perspective, has City winning. Does anybody here have Leicester winning and want to make a case for why Leicester could win this game? Hussam, maybe?
Yes, I have Leicester winning this game by 2-1. That was my prediction. I think City are gonna get their second L this season and prove what I said on the first show. I think City aren't as strong as the other two, in my opinion, without a striker. I think Scott Carson in goal is just gonna be an absolute disaster. This man is 48 years old. I've watched him growing up, and now I'm 26, and he's still a Premier League goalkeeper. So he's just this is just gonna be a disaster written all over it. Leicester are at home, which is another advantage. So I think Leicester win this by 2-1. I see a Leicester win in this one.
I want to counter the goalkeeper thing, because Scott Carson, I'm not going to say he's a good goalkeeper, but this season City have on average faced 5 shots per game, and last season it was 7.4. So even if he's a bad keeper, he's likely to face between 5 and 7 shots against Leicester, because City's defense is still going to be fine. So I don't think putting Carson in goal automatically means Leicester score 5 or 6. Who
have City played so far? Spurs, who parked the bus. Arsenal, let's not speak. Who's the third one?
Yeah, in fairness, but last season they also conceded 7.4 shots on average per game, so you can't go against that one as well.
7 shots against Scott Carson. I'm saying 2 of them go in. So 2-1
Why
to
are you
Leicester.
assuming? Wait, Husam, you're making a joke. Why are you assuming Scott Carson will play in goal?
He is gonna play in goal.
No,
He
he's
is
in goal.
gonna
He's in
play
goal.
It'll be Stefan, won't it?
Oh, Stefan
No,
has
he's
Oh, he had
COVID.
COVID.
Oh, he has. Oh, I didn't know any of this. I have to change. I might change my prediction.
Also, I'll reverse it.
See now how the thing changes? 7.4 shots against Scott Carson.
1 second, guys.
Let's
1
not do
second. Man, just so you guys know, he had 4-2 City. So what's your score prediction now? Prime.
4-3 City. I still see.
Wow.
In fairness,
Look, and also we're acting as if Leicester's defense is strong. It's not. Soyuncu is not that great anymore.
Thank you. Throw them bars. Throw them bars. Go ahead,
City-
please.
And City have this thing of when they're in the click of things, they can just score 4 or 5 past you without trying. They against Arsenal, they were barely in first gear and they got 5 goals.
We're sleeping in that game.
I'm not saying Leicester's defense that's bad, but Leicester will think Scott Carson's in goal. We have a very good chance of winning this game, and they'll just go for it, which will leave their defense exposed.
Okay,
That's
what
my
about
logic.
you're our expert? Just before we go to Patrick, because it's his team, but you're our expert. What's yours?
mine is 2-1 City. I mean, okay, of course, I'll let Patrick speak on it. To be honest, I'd much rather have Scott Carson in goal than Kaglar Soyuncu in defence at the moment. He is in horrific form. If anyone saw he played against the Netherlands the other night. He gave away free kick, penalty, and got 2 yellows within the first half and got sent off. He said it was the worst night of his career. Like, he tweeted that. So I'm back. I'm back in City still.
Yo, that's David Luiz against Man City stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawood, what are you saying?
I've got 3-1 City. I think Leicester, because you just told me that Carson's starting. I had 3-1 City, but I'm still gonna keep it because I think Ederson, the way City play, I think Ederson's a big impact on playing out of the back. I don't think is Carson good at playing at the back. Playing out of the back, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure because I think Stefan, he's actually pretty decent as well.
Yo, what's going on in the chat? Okay.
Yeah, but I think I've still got 3-1 City. I've got Vardy still scoring because Vardy always scores in big games, and I've got Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, I think, is been on fire this season, and I think Mahrez been quality as well.
Okay, so yo, don't get clipped, bro. But tell us why you think you're gonna slap Leicester.
It's not about slapping, man. It's just that even if Carson plays in goal, right? I think City keep the ball a lot, right? How many times do people actually get a chance? Leicester City have always beat City. That time when they beat us with the 5-2, that was a poor defense. That was Garcia in defense, and the very back four that was bad and poor. This time we've got Diaz, we've got Stones is fit, Laporte is fit, Cancelo playing very good as a left back, Walker for the counter attacks. Walker was never there in the game they slapped us. So look, they always struggle against us at their own place. They always beat us at our own place. I think we're gonna still give them a 3-1. I'm very confident. Ferran Torres is going to score in this game. The kid is on fire, you know. Unfortunately, Jesus might not play. By the way, guys, this whole Brazilian thing, has it been rubber stamped? Is it stamped yet? I think there's still negotiations going in the background.
BBC announced it. I think it's gonna happen, bro.
Okay,
There
so
were rumors today that it might get what's it called, cancelled.
No. That's not happening.
Because that's bad news. That's bad news not only for City, it's also bad news for
We're gonna
Liverpool.
get to Liverpool. We're gonna get to Liverpool. But it's also bad news for Leeds because their best player is also Brazilian, right? Let's be real.
United, Fred.
Oh no, that benefits them.
That's advantage, Man United.
That's advantage for them. Richarlison for Everton is actually a big blow, though. Let's get to this. Manchester United versus Newcastle. Cristiano Ronaldo. Guys, I don't want to hear about wins or losses. We all know who's going to win. Nobody here is picking Newcastle. Am I right? Is anybody picking Newcastle? Crickets. Okay. So people in the chat, I want you to tell me the score.
Prime is picking Newcastle, I think.
And yes or no, if Cristiano Ronaldo will score in his debut. That's the question I wanted to know. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo will score on his debut? Because I personally think Cristiano Ronaldo will score. I think Manchester United are going to win 3-0, and they're going to absolutely obliterate Newcastle. And it's going to be a brace for Cristiano Ronaldo, or maybe even a hat trick. Get him in your fantasy team right now. Even if you have to take a friggin' 4-point hit, it's worth it because this guy's going to be better than Bruno. And you know what? I think Manchester United are going to be challenging to win the league this year. I genuinely believe that the ownership of Manchester United, I don't want to hear no more people complaining about their owners, because they have absolutely backed Oli. They backed the club, and the protests and everything you guys have done has worked. I see people buying 1 million Manchester United kits. So you guys don't care anymore about Glazers out. Let's be real. Guys, do what you got to do. But I think it's going to be an absolute slap. And I'm going to tell you guys what the other guys picked. Neek said 4-1 for Manchester United. Mojo said 1-0 for Manchester United. Alan said 3-0 for Manchester United. Hussam, you're hiding. What are you saying?
I'm not hiding. Just give me a second. I'm gonna be
okay. I'll let you go last. Prime, what are you saying?
Man United 1, Newcastle 2. I think all this pressure and expectancy on Man United, they tend to crumble when they are clear favourites to do something. And I still believe United will challenge for the league this season, and maybe they're dark horses to even win it. But I think today in this game, I see Newcastle getting a result. Newcastle are not as bad as everyone thinks that they are.
Yeah, they're celebrating.
I see their players tend to turn up in these sort of games, so.
You're picking Newcastle to beat Cristiano Ronaldo on his home debut.
I'm picking Newcastle to beat Manchester United. It's not Ronaldo FC.
It is Ronaldo FC now. He's the coach also. Right now, he's the coach.
Cool. Newcastle can get a result out of Man United, yes.
I don't know what they're paying you to say that, but okay.
You don't pay anything. Yeah.
Anybody backing him?
No chance. No.
Okay.
I don't back him, but I see what he's saying, because Newcastle have scammed results against United in the past. Listen, Newcastle are capable of shit housing, but right now the problem is they're in shit form as well. Like I believe they didn't even beat Southampton at home, so it's just that's the issue with Newcastle right now. But they are capable of it. If they bring in that ginger midfielder to score another goal and just park the bus.
So what's your score prediction, Hussam, as a Liverpool fan?
4-0 to Man United. Boring game. No need to talk about it. So that's it.
No, but I'm saying.
Go ahead. You got Prime was about to say. Go ahead, Prime.
Game is like we know what Ronaldo like. The Ireland versus Portugal game, I watched that. Portugal didn't pose a threat all game, and then in the last 5-10 minutes, Ronaldo pops up with 2 goals from bad deliveries. Essentially, Ronaldo will make the best out of any bad opportunity. So Wan-Bissaka this season will get quite a few assists, but I don't know. I just see in this game, and in general from Man United, they're not the best when
we lost
when it comes to creativity, especially if Bruno's playing as 10 and everything has to go through him. Bruno's not creative.
Okay. Dawood.
But yeah, whatever.
What'd you go with?
I put 2-0 United.
Euro expert, same thing?
3-0.
Okay. And then what about yourself, Patrick?
3-1 to United.
Okay, so we all, except Prime, are saying United are going to win. Now, let me just ask everybody, does Ronaldo score in his debut? Dawood, yes or no?
I don't even think he's going to start. I think he might even come off the bench in the last probably 25 minutes just for the fans. And I think Bruno and Greenwood's been on fire. I think Greenwood definitely score, and I think Bruno will score. I don't think Ronaldo will score.
Hussam, Ronaldo scores on his debut, yes or no?
I agree with Dawood. Ronaldo's going to come off the bench, so I don't... Unless it's a penalty, he won't score. Euro
expert?
I'm going to say he starts and he does score. I can see the other side, but I don't know. I think he'll want to go straight into that team.
What about yourself, Patrick?
I think he's going to start because he's the coach now and he's going to score.
Okay, and Prime, you think he's not going to play and he's not going to score?
No, I think he'll play. Either he starts or off the bench, and I think Newcastle will go 2-0 up or something, and Ronaldo will get a goal back, but United won't win.
Okay, I like that. Okay, let's talk about Antonio. Oh, you guys seen the celebration against Leicester? The man was on fire. He was on fire. West Ham looked like they're dangerous. Southampton looked weak. But you know what? I'm crazy. I'm going to go 2-2. What do you guys think?
I've got that as well. 2-2.
And you know what? I've realized a lot of people actually got 2-2 because I looked at it. Neeks also has 2-2. and then Alan has 1-1, and then Mojo went 3-1 West Ham. What do you have, Hussam?
3-1 West Ham as well. I think Antonio is absolutely going to bully the Southampton defense. Let's not get fooled by what they've done. They've played, like, obviously with Newcastle. Like I said, they've been really horribly out of form. And against United, they just shithoused it. So they can't shithouse it against West Ham. I think West Ham are going to win this one, going to score 3 goals. And Antonio is definitely going to get involved. He's basically in everyone's fantasy team at this point. I don't even play fantasy, and I just see it all over my timeline. So, I really like the way he's going. With Antonio, the problem is he just misses the easy chances and scores the hard ones. Like that game against Leicester, he literally misses a sitter and then scores the tougher chances. So I think with Southampton's defense at this moment, I think Antonio is literally capable of bullying that defense on his own. So I'm going for 3-1 West Ham.
Listen, I don't think Antonio will be able to do what he did to some of these guys, to Gabriel Margalez. But hey, that's for another day. What do you say in Prime? Look at your face. No. Ignore that. Anyways, continue.
What, Southampton, West Ham? I think the score will be 2-1 to West Ham.
Okay.
Look at Southampton. They've got a goal threat in Armando Broja. He's on loan from Chelsea, but they're not really playing him. It seems like they're betting him in, which fine, fair enough. Their defense is not the best. West Ham, they've got goals in them, as shown from this season. So I think it should be an easy 2-1 win.
Okay, Patrick?
I went for 2-1. After Southampton sold Vestergaard, there's nobody in that defense who looks like a threat. So 2-1.
Okay. Dawood?
I put 2-2. I've got Antonio scoring. I've got Declan Rice scoring. And for Southampton, I think Ward-Prowse might get 2 goals. I think he might get a penalty and a free kick because he's dangerous on the set piece.
Yo, you guys know this guy wrote down everything. He has notes. Like, he's ready.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
You have the names of the goal scorers as well.
There you go. The man's got everything. Wow. Okay, what about you? You're an expert. Who do you got?
I've got 2-1 West Ham, but I'll go against the grain a little bit of what you guys are saying. I think a lot of people are dunking on Southampton at the moment, but I think their squad's actually in a good place. I mean, I was also worried when they sold Vestergaard, but they brought in someone called Lianco from Torino, who's okay. They've also got Perud from Ligue 1, who got like 7 assists last season at left back, and their team's had 2.5 seasons under Hasenhüttl. It's well coached. The thing I did disagree with Prime is I think they're relying on Adam Armstrong, their new signing up front from Blackburn. He scored the second amount of goals in the Championship last season. Really good finisher. I think Broja is the emergency option. The time I get worried for Southampton is if they're having to play Broja and Che Adams, because Broja's not ready for this level. Someone who watched him for the tests in the Eredivisie, the Chelsea loanee, he was okay. And I did speak to a couple of Eredivisie experts the other day, and they also kind of confirmed it. He showed promise, but he got so little involved. So I think you want if you're a Southampton fan, you want Armstrong and Che Adams playing every game at the moment. And if they can, I reckon they'll be fine.
Okay. Now we're going to just move it on swiftly, guys. Swiftly. People in the comment section, get involved. Watford versus Wolves. Who do you think is going to win? I originally had Watford winning, and then I bottled it, and I just went to Wolves. So I went 1-0 Wolves. Then I went over to Neeks' prediction. Neeks has the exact same prediction as me, 1-0 Wolves. And you know what? Alan and Mojo have the exact same prediction as Hussam. Hussam, what's your prediction?
My prediction is 2-1 to Wolves. This will be one of the deadest games. No, I'm just kidding. Wolves are actually way more entertaining. I do agree with the Euro expert. So I think this is finally the game where Wolves actually score all these chances they're creating. And they beat Watford, who are going to get relegated, guaranteeing it right now, by 2-1. Okay.
And then Patrick?
2-0 to Wolves. I think Wolves, there has to come a game where those chances are going to be put away. I think Raul obviously came back from that injury. Thank God he's back, I think he's going to be firing. He's going to fire in this one. So 2-0 to Wolves. Wolves is going to win this. Watford are going to get relegated as well. Something. I don't see them doing anything in this league.
Baby oil and run might have some end product this time. Anyways, what do you call it? Prime. If you don't know who Baby Oil is, it's Adam Traore.
No, I know who he is. I just don't see where Wolves are going to get goals from. No.
Okay, that was very quick and precise. I like that. What about you? You're an expert.
I've got 1-1. I think I kind of similar to Prime in terms of I was worried for Wolves in a sense they were getting lots of shots off, but they've always been low scorers. But they got someone called Hwang Hee-chan from RB Leipzig, really creative guy and a good finisher too. He was at Salzburg with Haaland a couple of seasons ago, so he'll be a fine addition. But yeah, I've got 1-1. I think both Watford and Wolves will be okay this season. They'll be all right.
There you go. And then finally, Dawood, tell us
I've got a boring. I've got a boring 0-0 game. I don't think anyone's gonna score. I don't think Wolves got a goal in them yet, and I don't think Watford's gonna score as well. I got 0-0.
Okay, guys, Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Now, let me tell you guys right now, Chelsea are this juggernaut of a team. But Lukaku, is he 100% fit this game? I need to ask Prime. What do you guys think? Remember last time this game happened, just before the season ended, if you remember what happened, Aston Villa beat them away 2-1. So
yeah,
it could be a similar situation, but now no Jack Grealish. Danny Ings is there. Who thinks Aston Villa could actually do something? Because I'll tell you right now, Mo, he's a Chelsea fan. He had 3-0. Neeks, Man United fan, had 2-0. Alan had 2-0. And I said, you know what? I'll give Aston Villa a goal. And then I tried to give them a second. And I said to myself, who's going to get a second goal for them? They're probably going to get 1 goal. Chelsea's going to get 2. And it's going to be a 2-1 win. And that's what's going to end up happening. Chelsea's going to go and get another win. But Hussam, what are you going with?
Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 0, absolute destruction. No Emi Martinez. Apparently, don't quote me on it, but apparently no Konsa either. Which is going to be massive for them. This is what a Villa fan told me. I'm just, apparently according to him. So this is going to be absolute destruction. No matter who plays up front, Villa won't do anything against Chelsea this game. Like we might as well just skip it and not even talk about it. Like
people in the comments, let me know: is Lukaku fit or is he still injured? What's going on?
He has a hamstring, I think, but it's not one of the it's not one of the serious ones. It's like the one where I think he can play again, but I'm unsure.
Okay, everybody has a hamstring, Hussam, but I don't know what you mean by it. I'm joking.
Oh my god, hamstring injury, akhi.
There you go. Patrick, what are you saying? Patrick loves the dad jokes. I don't know why.
Man, I love jokes. I love jokes. You know what, man? 3-1, and I still say the same thing. We don't have to waste time here. 3-1. Martinez, I don't think he's gonna come back. I think if these guys are getting banned for not even going to Brazil, Martinez went there and broke the rules. So this guy is getting banned more. So 3-1, dead game.
Okay, anybody have Villa winning? Okay, no. So let's just keep it swiftly moving. Give me your quick predictions. Prime, what's your prediction? Okay, I think
Prime has disappeared when we're talking about his own club.
Okay, what about you? You're an expert.
2-0 Chelsea.
Dawood?
I've got 1-0 Chelsea. Jorginho penalty.
Jorginho penalty. Wow. Okay, very specific. I think, guys, if you're looking for betting odds, you speak to Dawood, not us. We're just talking about.
After him predicting Arsenal to beat City, I think I'm gonna.
That was talking from the heart.
Okay, let me tell you guys this: the favorites with the biggest swing on betting odds to lose. So the biggest underdog favorite this weekend is Leeds. Leeds are the biggest underdog favorites going into this week because of Liverpool's situation. Liverpool with no Firmino. Liverpool with no what's his name? The midfielder Fabinho. Liverpool with no Alisson. Liverpool with all the stuff going around with no signing, not many signings. The fans being disrupted. The team looking like they're not together because of Mo Salah's situation. Rumors coming out that he's leaving, and he wants to leave because his contract. There's so much stuff happening this weekend with this Leeds Liverpool game. It just screams Leeds underdog to win or to do something. But personally, I couldn't pick Leeds to win. I still think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be an epic game. 3-2 to Liverpool win for me. Neeks went with a mad 3-3 game. Then you got Mojo went 2-1 Leeds. He went for the underdog. He thinks the underdog is going to win. We were in a group chat. I laughed at him. You know what? He could have the final laugh. And Alan went with a comfortable 3-1 win for Liverpool. But I'll start with you, Patrick. What do you? No. Actually, I will leave you, Hussam and Patrick. I'll leave you for last. I'll start with the guest. Dawood, what are you going with?
Oh, I think it's going to be a 6-goal thriller. I think it's going to be 3-3. I think because Liverpool don't have Alisson at the back. I think Patrick Bamford's going to cause some havoc. He might. Those corners might be a danger, especially with who's their second choice keeper, Liverpool.
Adrian.
No, Adrian.
Kelleher. Stop.
Kelleher. It's going to be Kelleher.
Yeah, Kelleher. So corners will be dangerous. I think he might get bullied because Alisson is very strong with the corners and catching the ball. And I've got Salah. Salah always scores now. I've got Salah scoring 2 goals and Harvey Elliott. I think he's one of my favourite players now in the Premier League, especially young players. He's a very techy player, good midfielder. I think he'll score. And 3-3 from me.
I think Harvey Elliott is Dan James with swag. Anyways.
Oh my God, this guy, bro. This guy is trying to trigger me now. Stop.
You're an expert.
Dan James is Sonic the Hedgehog. He has 0 technical ability. Let's not talk about Dan James. Dan James should just be a sprinter. He should never have touched a football his entire life. Let's allow it now. Let's allow it.
Okay. You're an expert. What are you saying? What happened to Prime? Prime, you there? Okay, no, he's not there. Okay. We'll check on him in a second. Continue. You're an expert. What are you saying?
I'm quite intrigued because everyone seems to have gone for a high scoring result, which is interesting to me because Leeds' record last season. General record when they've played at home against Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Arsenal, City. They've conceded 2 in 5 games. They've actually they've all been low scoring at home against the Big 5. I couldn't find Tottenham's record, so I don't think it'll be high scoring at all. I still think Liverpool will win despite the players out. But I've got it as 1-0. I was tempted to go 0-0, but I think Liverpool will still edge it. But I don't expect this to be too high scoring.
Interesting. Guys, guess how many likes we're on? Over or under 60?
Under.
Over.
Under. It's very embarrassing. Guys, we're on 58 likes. Come on. The video's almost over. And we're only at 58 likes. And we got over 100.
Put me full screen. Put me full screen. Let me talk to the people. Put me full screen. Just put me full screen. Let me talk to the people right now. Just put me full screen, bro. This is embarrassing. Listen, everyone watching right now, there's 191 people watching and only less than 60 likes. Everyone right now, smash the like button. Don't just press it. Smash that like button right now. Smash it. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Liking is free. You don't have to pay to like. So just like the video right now, you stingy bastards. Press the like button right now. Done.
And by the way, if you like everyone's content here, every single person's channels are in the description of the video. Hussam's channel is in the description. Patrick's channel in the description. Dawood's channel in the description. Prime's channel in the description. And Euro Expert's channel in the description. Actually, out of everybody, I put their channel, but for Euro Expert, I put my favorite video of his in there because he just is funny. So check that out, guys. Okay. And also, inspirational speaker right here, Hussam. Thanks for that. Now, let's
80 likes already, so I guess it worked.
There you go. Now,
wow.
Now, if anything, we have to start over, guys. Tell me in the chat what your predictions are for Hussam and for the Liverpool Leeds game, because a lot of people in the chat, Hussam, they might trigger you a little bit. We got a Leeds fan who started us off by saying 2-1 Leeds. Okay. Then you have people saying 2-3. You have 3-4. You have a 3-2 Liverpool. You have 1-3, 3-1. What? 2-1. Everybody's really going for Liverpool, but then the people who are going for Leeds are saying short margins. Leeds are going to draw or get a 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds. I see 4-3 Leeds. That's mad. If 4-3 Leeds happens, I think you'll be in a coma. But yeah, Patrick, what are you giving Liverpool?
Look, I'm going to go with a very logical thing this time. After I heard that Alisson is not going to play and Fabinho is not going to play and Firmino, who is amazing, is not going to play. These guys don't have Genie anymore. Genie used to be the guy who used to come in midfield to sort of muscle that midfield. I think Leeds United are going to beat these guys 2-1. Leeds United will continue running. Phillips, if he's in midfield, very well. So look, Leeds 2, Liverpool 1. And I'm telling you, they're going to struggle in this game. And if they put Adrian, my favorite Liverpool keeper, it's going to be worse. So look, that's all I can say. I think Leeds are going to win this game.
Okay, Hussam, you heard it 2-1 Leeds. What do you say to that? And do you need
I
to
think
be
there's something very comforting about this predictions right now. First of all, Patrick has predicted us to lose, which means we're guaranteed to win now. And Mojo has predicted us to lose, which means we're guaranteed to lose now. People, if you're watching this right now, please don't follow Patrick or Mojo's predictions, because you're going to end up in last place if you and your friends are doing predictions together. So, just focus on what people are saying. Euro Expert made a fantastic point. Leeds don't concede goals. There's another thing. Liverpool don't score goals. So I don't get where people are going this 4 this, 3 this. This is just going to be low scoring. It's going to be 2-1 to Liverpool. No crazy goals. For Liverpool, it's basically Salah or Jota who score, because Mane can't hit a barn door at this point. It's just like Mane. I'm not just going to say my opinion on him, because Liverpool fans are kind of crazy still. So I'm just going to say, look, Salah's going to score 1. Jota's going to score 1. We end up winning 2-1. Kelleher in goal, believe it or not, is actually reliable. The problem is the third clown we have, but he's not going to play. But Kelleher is reliable. With obviously with Van Dijk and Matip playing, I'm not really scared of any offense that plays against us. But the problem is we can't score. The problem is not at the back. The problem is us going front. So I just predicted to be low scoring, 2-1. Whoever's going for a crazy score line, just look. Leeds don't concede at home against Big Six, and Liverpool don't score that many anymore. So it's just what's gonna happen. What is it?
Mane, the Senegalese
Bebe. Wow, your club has frozen since 2013. Why are you talking, Akhi? Why? When's the last time you won the league? When's the last time United won anything relevant? Ole is at the wheel. Tell me how good. Feels amazing, to be honest. Come on, Ole in, bro. Ole in. I just can't wait for you to suffer this season when you lose the Europa League final with Ronaldo up front against FC Sheriff or something from somewhere in Latvia. You'll see, bro. You'll see. Keep. Bro, 2013. Oh my, that's so long ago. You realize in 2013 I was at uni. I graduated. I worked. I got my degree. I'm doing YouTube. I've been uploading videos for 6 months, and you still haven't won the league. You realize how sad that is? There's an entire generation of people who have never seen United win the league, and it's just wow, I love it. So your club has frozen for the last 10 years. Manchester is blue, so allow it.
Take it easy on United fans. They're not the worst people. There's Chelsea fans still.
Yes, they are. They ruin our childhood every day. What do you mean they're not the worst people?
Yeah,
are you acting like you didn't go to school and speak to a United fan who was like,
I got more issues with Chelsea fans than I do United fans.
No. United are worse. United are 100% the worst fans on earth. Yesterday, a United fan tweeted that Bruno Fernandes is better than Lampard. This is what you have to deal with United fan base.
No,
United hands down have the worst
Bruno was better than Cantona. They're fucked. Some of them are fucked. Not all of them. But okay, let's go to Everton and Burnley. Everton, one of the only other clubs that has never been relegated, and Burnley, the team that needs to be relegated this year or else. Now,
they have to go.
Inshallah.
What are we saying? What are we saying about Burnley Everton? Because I'll tell you right now, Neeks loves Burnley, but he even went for Everton 2-0. Mojo doesn't mind Burnley, but he went with a 1-0 Everton. And Alan hates Burnley just as much as we all do, and he went with 2-0 Everton. Even though I despise Burnley, I think Everton are fucked without Richarlison, so I went 1-1. So what are we saying, guys? I'll start with you, Dawood.
I've put 1-0 Everton. I've got Damari Gray scoring. I think he's been really good since he's come to Everton. I think he's one of their main goal threats. Calvert-Lewin, I think, is injured, so I don't think he'll be available for the game. And Richarlison, Richarlison, I think, won't be available as well. So Burnley don't like. I hate Burnley. I think they're probably the 2 or top 3 worst teams. I want them to get relegated, especially with Spurs as well. 1-0 Everton.
There you go. What about you, Euro expert? What are you saying?
I've got Everton to win 1-0. See, with Everton, every prediction that I do, maybe I'll get proven wrong by this, but I feel like a good advice to them is with Rafa Benitez in charge, if you think Everton can win it, go 1-0 or draw, because Benitez is a guy who studies these. He's a bit like Bielsa in a sense of he studies the teams like to an unhealthy amount, and he will protect the win no matter what. So if Everton go 1 or 2-0 up, then 1-0 up, then they're going to work to protect that completely. I think Burnley every season they start slow, but I think they'll be fine. I'll tell you what. As a side note, I actually think it's making it more interesting because Everton beat Burnley can also be considered boring. But I think Sean Dyche is a future Everton coach, and I think he'd be brilliant there. I disagree with the people who say they hate Burnley. Sean Dyche, if you actually, I've watched some interviews with him. He said before that if I had the players to do possession football, if I had these players to do Pep Guardiola style, I'd love to. He thinks that's a good way to do it, but he can't. If Burnley have spent 180 million since 2012, right? That's like less than most teams. That's less than Arsenal spent in this window. And they've stayed in the Premier League that entire time. You can't knock Sean Dyche. Even though the football's boring, it's worked. So I think Sean Dyche is a great coach. We might not like watching Burnley, but you have to admire him.
Oh my God. The man compared Pep Guardiola and
With Sean Dyche.
No. I'm saying he said he would like to. He would pursue possession football, right? He'd like to keep the ball.
I want to pursue Margot Robbie as well, but that does not mean it's gonna happen. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying
Sean Dyche cannot play possession football to save his life.
The point
he can
is,
buy as many ballers. Max Cornet, who's a baller at Lyon, will come in to just cross the ball to the attacker. So that's
the
just
point.
That's
the
what's
point
gonna
I'm
happen.
making. The point I'm making.
No.
The point I'm making is that
you've said
Sean
something to
Dyche.
trigger me. You said we have no right to hate Burnley. I hate Burnley. I can't stand them. That football belongs in the 1940s when it was black and white and no one knew anything about football. That's where that football belongs. Anyone beating Burnley is a victory for football. Burnley getting relegated is a victory for our eyes as spectators watching the absolute trash we watch every week.
Let me clarify my point. What I was
no one gives a fuck about Burnley, man. I need Burnley.
The point I'm making is, if Sean Dyche was at City, he wouldn't play like Burnley. He wouldn't aim to.
Yes, he would.
I'm not saying he'd be great. I'm saying he wouldn't aim to play like them. Because he's like an Italian coach. He just looks at these players he has and goes, okay, how can I get the best out of them?
Italian coach? Are you mad? Have you seen the football Mancini played in the Euros?
Name another manager who would have kept Burnley up in the last 4 years.
Listen, I just
name one.
Okay, you want to name another manager? Tony Pulis, Sam Allardyce.
Tony Pulis got relegated with Stoke.
All the shit managers who just the same shit way.
Allardyce got relegated with Brom.
You just said, listen, doesn't matter. Dyche got relegated with Burnley.
What's the conversation?
Dyche got relegated with Burnley.
The conversation is Burnley. He has no right to dislike Burnley. Yeah, and
I have the right to dislike it.
You can dislike Burnley. I'm saying you should respect Sean Dyche.
I think people.
I don't respect him. I hate him.
People who dislike Burnley and Sean Dyche is because of their style of play. And I think that's vastly ignorant. Just because you have hold on.
Let's go.
That's nothing to do with
Everyone, because everyone loves.
I know Burnley needs to play that way to stay up, but that's ignorant. You can't tell me it's ignorance. I have the right to hate that style of football. It's up to me.
Because everyone loves, what's his name? Graham Potter, because they play this attractive style of football, and yet they were also last season with Burnley involved in a relegation battle, and they only finished. Burnley got 39 points. Is it? Yeah, Burnley got 39 points. Brighton got 41. So they only finished 2 points above them. So this attractive style of football is so amazing, and the excuses people gave for Graham Potter was if he had a striker like Callum Wilson or Danny Ings, they'd finish mid-table, or they would have finished 6th or whatever in place of Arsenal, or they wouldn't have finished 8th. If that's the case, can we not say if Sean Dyche had better players, techie players, to play an attractive style of football, they'd play a better style of football and maybe be higher in the league?
Yeah,
no, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. You're gonna see. Let me respond, Diga. Let me respond because he threw shots at me.
You can respond to it. The man said it took Liverpool 30 years to win the league. Pipe loud.
Hussam, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I wasn't insulting you. Sorry, Hussam. I'm sorry.
Prime, you have the right to hate any style of football and like any style of football. There are plenty of shithouses on earth who love defensive counter-attack football. There are people who enjoy watching Jose Mourinho football. That's up to them. I'm saying as a spectator of the Premier League for the last 20 years, Burnley and Sean Dyche together as a collective is something I dislike. I don't like it. And by the way, when you say if they have better ballers, they're going to play better, no, because Dwight McNeil is a baller, and look what he has him doing. So we're all going to pretend that Dwight McNeil can't play on the right wing, cut in and shoot, or do something different. Let me just respond. What does Dwight McNeil do right now for Burnley? He cuts in from the left wing, crosses. Max Cornet this season, you're going to see the same exact shit with him. Let's not. Jack Cork was actually playing decent level possession football with Brendan Rodgers. What happened to him when he went to Burnley? So let's not act like this is what Sean Dyche is. This is what he does. Now it's up to me as a fan whether I like it or not. I dislike it. I hate Burnley Football Club. If they got relegated, it's a victory for football, and I'm going to celebrate. I just dislike Burnley.
Let me counter first. Let me counter first.
Hussam doesn't say this, but what I don't like from people, because I see this on Twitter and stuff, and this is not because Sam doesn't say this at all, so he's not included in this. When people say stuff like people like Sean Dyche or Mourinho or what's his name, Simeone and stuff, they play this like, you know, anti-football or like stupid stuff like that. It's like football is football. There's a plethora of different ways and styles to play it and to be successful. It's not just a Guardiola way. It's not a Jurgen Klopp way. There's so many different styles that have yielded success for thousands of years.
Let me just say one thing.
Years or whatever.
Thank you for everybody who super chats or anybody who comments. I appreciate everybody. I didn't read this out properly. It took Liverpool 30 years to win the league. Pipey low.
You read it out properly. Why are we doing this again? Like you literally just read it out 10 seconds.
He did. You did it again.
I didn't read it properly. You got to give anyone who gives the super chat. You got to give them respect. Burnley get complete. Can go complete bore fest. Let's see if the people agree with you. Any comments in here? I love good football. What else can you say? What can he do with Burnley? Dwight McNeil is the only good baller. There you go. Another person here recently said that they love Burnley. Where is it? This guy. So he said, I agree with Euro Expert. There you go. And some people were saying they agree with Hussam. Some people were saying Hussam's funny. Of course, we all know that. Now, let's continue. Quick predictions, guys. Everton, Burnley. Hussam, you said Everton, right?
Yes, Everton 2-1. This is a game I'm not going to be watching. I'd rather watch paint dry on a Monday evening than watch this.
Patrick.
I'm with Hussam on this. I want Burnley to leave, and I despise them too. And it's not even about it's not about jealousy or it's not about boredom. It's just the football they play. You just can't be entertained. I don't know what they're doing. So you know what? 1-0 to Everton because Benitez is also a very compact coach. He's going to keep it tight. So Expert is right. He's going to keep it very tight. This will be a tight game, but I know Everton are better than Burnley. I've got better players. So 1-0.
Okay. Wait, Patrick, what style of football do you like?
Look, for me, I'm going to disappoint you. Do you know the Brighton football you're talking about, even though they lose? I'd rather turn on and watch Brighton lose 7-0 by playing good football.
I may say as well, I agree with that, but you've got to consider perspectives important in terms of when Benitez won Liverpool the Champions League, were you sitting there and thinking, oh, we did that in a boring way? Because it was a boring way. Well, as a fan, would you like that meant a lot? No, I'm not. The semi-finals against Chelsea were famously known some of the most boring semi-finals of all time because Mourinho and Benitez marked each other out.
The Champions League run was not boring because it was filled with drama and stuff, and the football itself was not boring.
It was filled with drama because Liverpool won it.
Yeah. For you, it was filled with drama.
The football itself was not boring. But the football was not boring. We won games like the 3-1 game against Olympiacos. We were attacking. The game against Chelsea was very tactical. But so
is the game for Burnley. It's just you're not invested in Burnley. You'd call it boring.
Patrick will tell you this. The game we lost against City, where they won by 2-1, that was tactical. There's a difference between a tactical game and a boring game. A tactical game is where, like, basically both teams are trying to suffocate each other. A boring game is where you have 10 men behind the ball. That did not exist.
It depends on how you describe it. Because I think this is easy.
I'm saying boring to me. I'm saying boring to me. Not to
let me just say this.
One second. Dawood's about to fall asleep. Dawood, what's going on, bro?
No. I was just checking on Twitter. Said that Takuma's work permit has been approved. It's available to play on Saturday. for Arsenal.
Oh, nice.
We got the top four best right backs in the Premier League.
Takehiro Tomiyasu.
The Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I want to move away from Burnley and Everton chat. I want to just ask. I'm going to ask each club or person who represents a club a question, and I want them to answer it. So Dawood, first, I'm going to ask you: would you rather Arteta was to leave and say we would get in Antonio Conte, or Arsenal go out and spend the money that they spent this summer? So either we would have replaced Arteta before the summer, before the season started, or we would have bought all the players that we bought.
Before I answer that question, if you look at the run that we had when we went back to a back four with Smith Rowe from January all to the end of the season, if you look at the league table, we were the top three. I think it was like third in the league table if you start from January all the way till May, and that's with a good squad. If you added Locatelli, added Maddison, you added Max Aarons at right back, and you had like Onana at goal, and you had like a Lautaro Martinez striker, I think Arteta would have done really well for Arsenal, and I think would have played really attractive football compared to Conte. I think Arsenal fans will say, get Conte because of the name, because of who he is. But Conte likes signing players that are 28, 29 and above. So he doesn't sign. If you get Conte, we've got youngsters from academy. You won't see them playing at Arsenal with Conte. He won't bring them in. He won't have the patience with people like Smith Rowe and Saliba and Saka. It took Saka 3 years now to build up and now play football.
So you would rather sign the players, correct?
Rather sign the players with Arteta, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Next, Hussam, what style of football would you guys play if you didn't have Klopp? Because if Klopp leaves, what style of football did you play before then? Because Arsenal, I don't know what style of football we're playing right now. Was it ever this bad at Liverpool when you guys were back in the day?
Yes, it was this bad. It was bad when Roy Hodgson was manager. That was the worst part. And obviously, we're kind of in a similar position right now. Roy Hodgson as well came out when he managed us and said Liverpool are not too big to get relegated because he's an absolute prick. And this is why he was no longer Liverpool manager 2 weeks later. So obviously, it does get bad. And this window, Arsenal have had kind of reminds me of the transfer window we had. Oh, wow. Kind of reminds me of the transfer window we had when we signed Charlie Adams, Stuart Downing, and Henderson. It's just, a bunch of people. So, it's just
no chance.
The thing is, I can't answer what happens after Klopp because it depends who we get. We might get Nagelsmann if he is not at work. Would you rather a top level coach come in to replace him, or would you rather a top level player like Mbappe? A top level coach, of course, because a coach we've seen what a coach can do with better players. So a coach can make 11 players better, one player can do as much, and you're going to see that with United this season with Ronaldo.
Weren't Liverpool mid-table before Klopp came?
Yeah.
About 6-7 years.
No, that's not true.
We
Brendan
were
Rodgers got them in a title race. They weren't in the
Yeah,
table.
they were second.
In the space of I think 6-7 years, Liverpool finished top four once. From 2009 to 2015, they finished top four once.
That's true, though.
Okay.
So if you look at it, they were like 8-6.
1 second, let me talk about something. I said something today, and I did a whole thread on Twitter, and it got people really mad. I said today that if Luis Suarez would have joined Arsenal in 2013 summer, Arsenal would have won the league in 2014, they would have won the league in 15, and possibly could have won the Champions League, and we would be in a better situation today. Do you guys categorically disagree with me?
The Champions League I do, but the league I don't. I actually agree.
Wait. 2013-14. Who won the league?
Let me get the tweet. Okay, because I did this whole thing. Yesterday where I was talking about it, and I genuinely do believe, Hussam, you remember this, and you remember everything that happened with the whole. When they said, "What are they smoking at the Emirates?" We got your owners who never tweet about anything to tweet about us.
Yeah, I remember when you made the 40 million bid plus one, which is an absolute piss take. Like, what's the £1 for? Like, is it for Rodgers to buy gum or something? Like, I don't get it. But anyway, I think I'd agree with the league. But Champions League, Arsenal don't have the facilities for that, unfortunately.
No, but it's not. If we're having an actual conversation about this, what was the landscape? So 2013-14, what was the landscape like of the league and in the Champions League?
This was the league challenge that Liverpool made the year after. So at that point, without Luis Suarez, we finished 4th. With Luis Suarez, they finished 2nd. Put Luis Suarez on Arsenal, you know what the team's going to look like? Let me show you what the team would have looked like. This is what the team would have looked like. The team would have had Luis Suarez, Ozil, Walcott, Ramsey, Santi Cazorla, Flamini, Jack Wilshere, Senye, Mertesacker, Kashani, Monreal, and Szczesny. You're telling me this team could not challenge to win a league?
But Igal, I also asked you, what are the other teams in the league like? So what were Chelsea and City like?
Chelsea were not yet title-winning Chelsea, and City, you know, were just the usual City.
I think a better year would have been. I think if you had Suarez, you would have won it. If he had stayed that long, you 100% would have won it in 16-17 over Leicester. No, 15-16. Sorry,
guys, when Arsenal came to Anfield and we beat them 5-1, they were 8 points ahead in the league at that point. So Suarez would have definitely, remember Suarez that season had 31 goals in 35 games or 34 games, something crazy. So I think Suarez that season was unplayable. So if you add that element to Arsenal, who were already good enough, then I think they definitely would have
hold
won
on. What summer is this the summer before Suarez left? Are you talking about, Igal?
Everyone's just laughing. Okay, let me just
before Suarez left when City won it. No.
This was the summer where he was supposed to leave Liverpool. Let me leave. In an interview, Suarez reveals why he wanted to quit Anfield and join Arsenal. And Arsene Wenger had an agreement in place for him to join Arsenal. Then we went on to subsequently do the categoric mistake of submitting 1 million plus £1, then led to this tweet on the 24th of July 2013. What do you think they are smoking over there at the Emirates by the owner of Liverpool? Then we could have gone back in for him and spent 50 million and signed him, but we didn't submit a second bid. If we would have submitted a second bid, we also that summer went on to buy Ozil. I think we would have got both of them because we were looking to get a striker anyways, right? So we would have ended up getting Suarez, Flamini, Ozil, and maybe like another person, right?
I got the 13-14 season.
Let me finish everything and then you can speak. So then we would have 2 sets of lineups that would look like this. The 2 lineups would be one lineup that's a 4-4-2 with Walcott and Ozil on the wings, with Santi Cazorla, Wilshere, Flamini, and Ramsey in the midfield. One of those 4. Then you have another one which is a traditional 4-2-3-1, which Arsene Wenger tended to play. Those are the 2 lineups we would have played. That season, he surely would have won us the league. And anyone you ask would have said they would have won us the league because Liverpool went second. And if he joined Arsenal, I think his impact would have won us the league.
Wait, okay. So you're talking about the season when Liverpool finished second, if he had joined in that season, the Arsenal, no, you don't win the league because your defense is just as shaky. You have Jack Wilshere starting your midfield who can't stay fit.
This defense was shaky. Do you remember Monreal and Sagan were good left backs and right backs? Kashani was a solid defender. Mertesacker was good, and I think Szczesny just won Golden Glove a couple months ago.
They're good, but you also have to. You can't just say with Suarez to change the history of how your other players would have been.
Suarez had the best year of his life.
I know he did, but you can't just say that.
Help me.
I actually lean.
No, I said already Arsenal would have won the league. I think me and Euro expert agree with you.
I don't think you would have definitely won the league, but I think you would have challenged. But I think Arsenal in this era are a bit underrated looking back because I feel like through the whole decade you've just been surrounded by negativity because at the first half it was Wenger out and the second half it's this crap that's going on at the moment. But Arsenal were actually pretty good back then. Like people said, oh, they're the 4th place finished team, but you kind of showed on the table. They weren't too far off first. They were never. They were still a very good side. I think if you threw Suarez into that, I can't say they would have 100% won the league, but I definitely think it would have pushed you closer to more than perhaps it might sound.
Okay, and let me show you the next part. Instead of Alexis Sanchez, we would have either gotten Cesc Fabregas back, which would have stopped Chelsea from winning the league. We could have got Marco Reus, we were linked to, and Antoine Griezmann, Carrasco, Mbappe as a youth player, we were linked to him also. Cavani, you remember that, Dawood? We were linked to Cavani and Isco. back in the summer too. So instead of them, we could have got them. And then what would that lead to? Hypothetically, long term, it could have led to us winning a league title, winning either a Champions League or another major honor, and Arsene Wenger leaving a hero instead of a villain.
Scroll back up to the list of players for a second.
I remember it was about to sign
Hold on. Fabregas is quality, but we don't have quality forwards. Is not going to make much of a difference. Marco Reus is injured.
We have Luis Suarez in this hypothetical. What the hell are you talking about?
You still have Luis Suarez. Okay, fine, fair enough. Antoine Griezmann, I don't rate highly. Carrasco, he's hit and miss a lot.
Yeah, I think Carrasco's the odd one out there.
If Mbappe comes to Arsenal, he doesn't develop into the same player he is now. Just like if we had signed Mbappe as a kid for our youth academy, he does not become the same player now either. Cavani, I don't rate highly as a world-class striker. Isco, I don't rate highly either.
Okay, so just make fun of everybody. That works.
No, but I'm just being honest.
Okay, so yeah.
But you can say Cavani back then was world-class.
So that's my hypothetical. I think we would have won either the Champions League, and we guarantee would have won at least 1 or 2 to maybe even 3 league titles.
I wouldn't say 1 or 2 or 3. I think it's hard enough to say 1 because you got to think you're still competing with. Like you got to think as well the effects that would have had on other teams because whenever one team buys big, the other team sort of raise. So I think it's a difficult one. Oh, got a cat jumping up. I think it's a difficult one to think. I would say 1, like 2 or 3, but if you'd signed Suarez, then you would have been put closer. The other players, that's a bit more fantasy sort of thing. Like that's a lot more what if. Suarez, obviously, you're pretty close to. So for that one, I can see your logic.
There you go. Anyways, guys, this has been great. I just wanted to add that what if because add something to the end of the stream. But thank you, Hussam, for giving me your time. I know you got a stream later today. You want to tell the people where to find your channel? And I'll just put it in the link in the chat right now.
My channel is a general football channel for all football fans, whether you support Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Liverpool. There's watch-alongs, there's content for you every single week. It's called This Is Football. We actually just surpassed 1K, so thank you, Igal, for having me. Pleasure working with all you guys as well. So guys, please do head and subscribe to the channel and come support us on the streams tonight as well.
There you go. And then this is Patrick's channel, guy, the True City Fan channel, so go check out that. And then you got Dawood next. Dawood, you want to tell people about your TikTok and your YouTube and whatever you're doing?
Yeah, so basically, I don't really upload that much on YouTube. I'm just starting recently, past couple of weeks. My usual content, usually TikTok, is styled. I just put football content, usually just digging out my United fans. So being just putting in the comments, banter club. So so TikTok and YouTube. There
you go. Euro expert, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. First of all, really fun to be on it. And if anyone listening or watching wants to see more of me, you can go to my YouTube channel or my TikTok. On TikTok, we just hit 400,000 likes today, so we're doing well. I'm a neutral, so you can come here and just hear more about football around Europe, related to the Premier League, of course. So, feel free to check me out, and it was great to be on.
Yeah, and the first team substitutes today, the final one was Prime. Prime, you want to tell the people where they can find you?
You can catch me on the Terrace at times and on the First XI as well. We're trying to really grow and build and push towards 1K. I think we're live tonight at 10 p.m. and we're also live tomorrow at 9 for Road Watch. So check in.
There you go. All right, people. That's been today's episode of Premier League predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed the new artwork. I know I know you guys see the hard work that everyone's putting in. I love the fact that you're appreciating everybody and supporting them. So go give them a like and subscribe to their channels. Also, the comments, it's all in the comment section, as you can see. And if you're watching on the playback, it's in the prediction. It's actually in the title of the video. So have yourselves a wonderful day, guys. And I think I might have to clip up that what if scenario. I think we would have won everything if Luis Suarez would have joined us. But yeah, that's just me. Have a good one.